In a farewell address from the Oval Office last night, the president said the ceasefire was one of many accomplishments in his 4 years in office. Biden also said he's very worried about the future because of the threat from misinformation, the misuse of technology, and the influence of some of the richest Americans. Ed O'Keefe is here in studio with more on the president's speech. Ed, good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you. You know, after more than 50 years in public life, President Biden used his farewell address to issue those warnings and told the American public it's now their turn to stand guard.
Thank you for this great honor.
President Biden's goodbye came with a grave warning.
An oligarchy is taking shape in America of extreme wealth, power, and influence that literally threatens our entire democracy.
That warning comes as President-elect Trump is preparing to give Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, power to slash the federal bureaucracy. And as Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, and Apple CEO Tim Cook are set to join Musk at Trump's inauguration.
We've seen it before, more than a century ago. But the American people stood up to the robber barons back then and busted the trusts. They didn't punish the wealthy. Just made the wealthy play by the rules everybody else had to.
And he hearkened back to President Dwight Eisenhower, who used his farewell address to warn about the rise of a military-industrial complex. Now,
I'm equally concerned about the potential rise of a tech-industrial complex that could pose real dangers for our country as well. Americans are being buried under an avalanche of misinformation and disinformation, enabling the abuse of power.
After starting out with strong public support, Biden leaves office with a 39% approval rating, among the lowest of modern presidents. Concerns with inflation, immigration, and his old age leave many Americans skeptical of his leadership. But after passing massive infrastructure legislation that's still being implemented and helping Ukraine in its fight against Russia, the president signaled he thinks history will be kinder.
It will take time to feel the full impact of all we've done together. But the seeds are planted, and they'll grow and they'll bloom for decades to come.
And while calling for a constitutional amendment making it clear no president is immune from crimes they commit while in office, he wished his predecessor and successor well.
I wish the incoming administration success because I want America to succeed.
On Wednesday, top Biden aides and cabinet secretaries met with top Trump aides and his likely cabinet secretaries for more than 2 hours. It included Marco Rubio, Pete Hegseth, and Kristi Noem, Trump's picks to be Secretary of State, Defense, and Homeland Security. The meeting, required by law, it was a Homeland Security and sort of public health drill that they're required to have. It is, again, required by law, but encouraging that they had it at all, given the bad blood and the tension between the two sides.
Everybody has to figure out a way to work together now.
Exactly.
Great to see you, Ed. We'll be back in the 9. All of your flowering personality can come out then. We have to go now.
I'll save it.
Thank you, Ed O'Keefe.